Well, hi, hello, and welcome in. Today, we are going to talk all about scalp tenderness. But first, before we hop into that, let's give some credit to the gurus. Listen, I've been telling you for a very long time, but from today and beyond, I will be showing you. And this is one of the gurus who followed my simple techniques, and these are the results that she has. Did this come overnight? Absolutely not, because that's not how the human body works. But she stuck with my simplistic patterns. She stayed committed. She didn't do the hacks. She didn't oil and grease and butter. None of those things. She followed very simple patterns, the same exact ones that I'm telling you to do. And this is her result. Okay, and as you can see, I've given you quite a few examples like this, but there are going to be more and more and more, and eventually you're going to get tired. So I'm asking you in advance, don't get tired, okay? These women have been working extremely hard to shake all of the old things that held them down, that kept them from length retention, that kept their hair breaking and breaking and breaking. And now it's over, right? So this is the question that was asked. Hey, Sin, do you think you would be able to go into scalp tenderness? And of course I will. What tender-headed really means, because a lot of us say this all the time, like, oh, she tender-headed, but why would someone be tender-headed in the first place? Being tender-headed means that your scalp is extra sensitive to touch, tension, or manipulation. People who are tender-headed often find that combing, brushing, braiding, or even styling can be painful compared to others. So why do some people have tender scalps? There are a few different reasons. Number one is going to be nerve sensitivity. Some scalps naturally have more sensitive nerve endings. That's just how it is. Even normal pressure from brushing can feel uncomfortable if you have nerve sensitivity in the scalp. Number two can be your scalp health and its condition. So dry scalp, if you have dandruff, psoriasis, eczema, or seborrheic dermatitis, that can make the skin a lot more reactive, right? So it would give you that illusion that you have a tender scalp, along with inflammation in your hair follicles or in your skin. It can make any pulling feel worse because the follicles are inflamed. All right. And number three can be tension in hairstyles. So your tight ponytails, braids, weaves, and extensions that end up pulling on the scalp and can cause soreness. Of course, we know this one. And repeated traction can lead to inflammation and tenderness. Number four is going to be your hair density and texture. So some people with really, really thick, curly, or coily hair often experience more pulling and tugging during tangling, which irritates the scalp. And I know a lot of you will not want to hear this, but the majority of women who have really, really thick hair that experience tenderness during this phase is because they rarely comb and brush their hair. So when you finally do comb and brush your hair, it's extremely hard to do. You have to yank and pull through knots and tangles, and that has nothing to do with nerves. That is a routine problem. So those are things that really, really need to change, right? Number five is going to be stress and circulation. Stress or tension headaches can make the scalp feel a lot more tender than it normally is. And poor circulation, not enough blood flow, can also heighten sensitivity. So most Black women that have sensitive scalps have been greasing and oiling their scalps since they were a little girl. And that is directly connected to why so many Black women have tender scalps while they're tender headed, because most scalps are inflamed. Okay. Number six is going to be medical triggers. So if you have migraines regularly, scalp infections like folliculitis or wingworm, or even certain nutritional deficiencies like, let's say, vitamin D or iron or B vitamins, like if you're deficient in those, sometimes that can cause scalp tenderness. So what different ways do you have to ease this tenderness? Well, number one, you want to use wide tooth combs when detangling your hair. And don't detangle your hair when it is wet. Do it when your hair is strongest. Next up is going to be to avoid tight hairstyles for long periods of time. These should be very short lived. And right now, the woman that you're seeing, this is somebody who has done all of the things that I'm telling you not to do, but we're going to fix it. This is what I did when I was standing behind the chair. Number three is going to be to keep the scalp clean and healthy, free of oils and butters and greases that end up blocking the follicle, feeding the microflora that lives on the scalp, and leading to a buildup of plaque and dead skin cells. All of these things, right? You have to pay attention to the patterns that you follow and where they end up long term. We're so pressed on instant gratification, but hair growth is not a quick game. It's not quick. It's something that is going to stick with you for a long period of time. Your patterns, the things that you do today, even if you're in your 20s, like this is for my younger girls. I'm in my auntie era, right? So for my younger girls, the things that you do, and it's like, oh, I'm just trying it out. I'm just trying it out. You're going to pay for that. By the time you get to your early to mid 50s, all of the things that you're doing now are gonna catch up with you. And you say you don't care right now, but it's gonna hit you in a way that you're not gonna be able to handle. And this is something that most women don't think about, right? You in your 20s or your 30s and you just doing whatever. I had a comment today. Somebody was like, oh, I'm 50 and I've been natural for 30 years. That means nothing. My husband's aunt just passed away. She was 105 years old. So if you are 50 right now, you have not even approached half of her life. You're only approaching half of the life that she lived. So you're only halfway through this existence. So just because it hasn't shown up yet at 40, just because it hasn't shown up yet at 50, doesn't mean you won't be skin bald by the time you hit your 60s. And my mother is 60 and my mother looks damn good for a 60-year-old woman. My mom could get another 50 years, another 30, 40 years out, another 30 years out easy. These are the things that I want you guys to think about, right? So the woman that you're looking at right now in front of me, she only wore her hair curly or in wigs. And it was only ever out curly in a fro or braided. So this difference in length, she didn't see it, just like you didn't see it. We were talking, right? We were talking on purpose. I want you to go and rewind this video back to the beginning so you can see how her curls looked and how undetectable this length difference was when we first began. These are the things that most women don't understand. So when you hear the passion and the intensity in my voice, it is because the things that you guys are dealing with now, the cosmetologist that you're going to have to seek out, that's the Cosmo that I was, right? So now she's seeing it for the first time, couldn't believe it, but she trusted me to get rid of everything because I did her daughter's hair on a regular basis. So this woman, she is an amazing mother, right? And her focus was her children. She wasn't focused on her hair and herself. And when she pulled her hair down, right, when it was in its curly state and she had all that length, she like, well, I'm good. I'm about to keep doing what I'm doing, because most Black women don't understand that the juiciness, the shine, and all of that stuff that your curls has, it means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because the way that your hair looks from curly to straight are two completely different things. They're nothing alike. And most women are in for an extremely rude awakening when they end up seeing the truth of their hair shaft and how it truly looks. Because when they're able to see how their hair shaft truly looks, most of them are in shock. Because especially when your hair is extremely curly, right, the shorter pieces wrap around the longer pieces. And if we're just being realistic and honest, if you have your hair curly and you go in the back and you pull it down and your hair is that long, are you really going in the front and checking and pulling it down everywhere? No. You excited about that back piece, you go ahead and braid it up and keep moving on about your business, right? She wasn't big on blow drying her hair, so even when she did braid her hair and put wigs on, it would be on air dried hair or on wet hair. She would braid up wet hair. And these are the results. Again, this is a woman who's I did her daughter's hair for years. Like, by the time I'm cutting her hair, I have been doing her daughter's hair for at least 7 or 8 years. And her daughter had hair down her back. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to repost that video. I know a lot of you have already seen this one, so I just wanted to give you a visual example of the things that I say, because I know so many times, especially if you're new to my channel, you're like, oh, what is she talking about? Oh, I don't agree with her. She don't know what she's talking about. Guess what? I don't care if you don't agree with me, because I've seen it, felt it, touched it, smelt it, seen it myself. This is what I did for over a decade. What I did for over a decade is fix team natural things. Like, most women take pride in, oh, I never comb my hair, I never blow dry my hair, I never brush my hair, I haven't straightened my hair, I don't nothing. So you don't see how your hair really looks. You don't know. And then I would be the woman that they would come, and most women, it's unfortunate, but a lot of my newer clients that would come sit in my chair, they would find me on YouTube, they would hear me saying this, and they would book me to prove me wrong. Crazy, I know. Why pay me money to be wrong? But that's what happened. I have quite a few clients like that. It's like, seeing, I know what you be saying. I know what you be saying about Team Natural, blah, 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 and this don't work. But girl, look how long my hair is. And I'm like, no problem. No problem. And they would have suggestions. Oh, you should use this oil. You should use this in my hair. I brought my own shampoo. Can you? And I would be like, no, I cannot. No, I cannot. This is my process. And then I would get through my process. We would get to their hair being straightened, and once they saw how their hair looked straightened, so many of them cried. Do y'all have any idea how many videos I was not able to post? I filmed everything. And the reason that I filmed everything is because most Black women would be in denial at this point. And I remember one of the very first times that I did a big chop like this on someone who was natural all the time, thought their hair was extremely healthy, and then they thought this as their reality. When I did videos like this, like I said, the first time, she ended up trying to say that it was my fault that her hair looked like that. Like, right while she was in the salon, like, oh my God, see, it's because of the round brush. So much of my hair came out with the round brush. So I went and took my camera off the tripod, pulled out went back to the video, and we sat there and watched the video together, and she saw no hair in my round brush, not a drop. That's why it's almost like habitual now. Whenever I'm doing a voiceover for some of my videos like this, I'm like, hey, YouTube has that feature, zoom in, look at the brush, see that there's no hair within my round brush, right? That's like a habitual pattern for me because of that situation and ones like it, right? So these are the things that I want us to think about. I want us to let go of all of our excuses, right? And this is how her hair ended up coming out. I'm going to show you somebody else before we leave so we can end on a happy note, right? I'm going to give you a view of somebody who followed directions, somebody who did what she was supposed to do, right? And whose hair turned out beautiful, right? One of my regular clients who never had issues, never had to search for a moisturizing shampoo or conditioner because her hair or her scalp was dry, never had to worry about getting trims and all of this breakage and stuff, because all of the things that I'm constantly telling y'all not to do on YouTube, she never did. And this woman that you're looking at right now, all of the things that I tell you not to do on YouTube, she did for decades. And after decades of following these patterns, and she looks young, but she's black don't crack. And after decades of following these patterns, these are the results, right? But again, hair grows back, right? It's not going to renew itself. And we'll talk about that in my next video. You'll actually see me in that video. We're going to break it down because there's some confusion about the hair shaft being dead and things of that nature. So I'm going to break that down for you so we can stop having that argument. But this is where her hair ended up. Is this a place that her hair will be stuck at? Absolutely not. And as you just saw in the guru at the beginning of this video, if you were to just lay down all of those habits that are no longer serving you and start a new pattern and a new routine and a new journey, you could easily go from hair at this length to hair down your back if that's what you wanted, right? This woman was not stuck at this length. And the things that I teach you are the same things that my clients knew before they walked out. So every time they came and sat back in my chair, they had more hair than they had the last time they left, right? This again is not a spot that she'll be stuck in. Her daughter's hair is down her back, and her daughter is not mixed with anything. She's black on black. But her daughter had proper routines and patterns because she had been my client for a very long time. So these are the things that I really want you to internalize and think about instead of the negative side of the spectrum, right? And coming next is my client Raven, right? Well, I don't have any clients no more because I'm no longer behind the chair, but one of my old clients, Raven, she decided she wanted something new and she wanted to cut her hair. She was saying that for over 3 years. I ignored her. I did not want to cut her hair. Yes, I was one of those cosmetologists. We grew this together. This is our hair. What are you doing to me? But she didn't want to hear it. And this clip right here is the day that my life fell apart when she made me.
In the midnight hour, Jesus. I just said in the midnight hour, Lord. You got this in? I got it, Lord. I ain't going.
I didn't have it.
Holy shit, you guys. Okay, you ready? Player, it's happening, player. I hear it. Oh my goodness. That's for the people. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That is so funny. That's hair, you guys. It's just hair. Like, it's the layer. Holding my hair. I know, and I can't. Okay, like part of me is, I'm still holding on to this because I'm like, maybe if I hold on. I didn't cry. Yay. I'm like, maybe if I keep holding it, it'll be like. Oh my goodness. No, I'm really excited. This is gonna be like.
So I know I was being dramatic, but I don't care. Like, I was so hurt. She was like over it. She's like, I want something new. And today her hair has grown back already. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, she should donate that and make a wig. Girl, this is not enough hair for a wig. This is enough hair for maybe one track. I know it seemed like It'd be a whole lot of hair. This is not a whole lot of hair. That's enough for like one track, like one real thick track, right? But anyway, at this point, we are going in. We're going to start off like I start off all of my clients, right? I was passing out. But at this point, if I remember this because I she made me pass out. Like it was a lot for me. Like a lot. I was more stressed out than she was. But at this point she was like, okay, I could put layers in it and stuff. She's like, just do your thing. So I was so excited because at this point I'm like, okay, I'm over it. The hair's been cut already, whatever. So these are the things that I want you to think about, because these women that you see on my channel that have healthy hair, they didn't have any like crazy hacks or any crazy tricks or anything like that they tried. Hopefully I'll go ahead and put some of the comments up on the screen, but I had a thread of comments that were like a woman. I'm sorry, it was a woman that started and she had long hair, right? And she was like, oh my god, Sia, you're so right. Like women who have long hair, we're not doing a whole bunch of hairstyles. She's like, my hair is either in a bun, in two braids, or like two ponytails or something. One of them was like, girl, I even tried to do a little fishtail braid one day thinking I was cute. And she was like, by the time I got halfway down, I was like, girl, I do not care. Like I'm over it and I'm just putting my hair back in the bun. Because contrary to popular opinion, women with long hair are not doing 50 million hairstyles. I've been saying this in every video. Hopefully some of you come back in this video, come back to the comments after you go outside today, and I just want you to look at every woman that has extremely long hair, regardless of her race. Any woman with extremely long hair, how is she wearing her hair? Do you see her with bantu knots? Do she have her hair in braid? Is it in all of these different styles? Does she have it in 50 million ponytails? Or is her hair in a ponytail, a clip, or like two French braids, or a bun? You let me know. Or is it just down? Women who have extremely long hair are not doing all of these hacks, and that's why they're able to retain length, because your hair is a fiber and it's the oldest part of your hair and it does not regenerate itself. Okay, when I say that the hair shaft is alive, I'm speaking of the mechanical actions of the hair shaft, not that it lives and breathes the same way that it does within the follicle. No, but it does have actions that need your help to take place properly, and that's what I'm going to break down in our next video. Don't try to piece it together from what I just said. We'll break it down, but this is why doing things like the lock method, putting all of these layers on the scalp and all of the things, that's why these are never practices that end up really helping you retain length. This is why you're constantly chasing hair growth and other women never even think about it. It's not a thought. Most women with long hair do not want to spend all of that time in it. It's not a thing. And even though on YouTube they make videos that appear to say like, oh, you have long hair, that just means you have to spend 9 hours in your hair. They're lying to you, baby. They only spent 9 hours in their hair that day to film that video. And every other day they either have a wig on or their hair is in a ponytail or a bun. Girl, they're not doing all of that every day, but you are. And that's why you're not able to retain length, right? So these are the things that I want you to think about, and I just challenge you, right? Be your own scientist. Do your own experiment. If you are a woman that's extremely tender-headed all the time, right? Give yourself 30 days. 30 days where you don't add any oils, any butters, any greases, nothing to the scalp. You add absolutely nothing to the scalp. And then let's see what happens. And let your moisturizer be your leave-in conditioner. I'm going to leave a video in the description box below that I made on moisture. what moisture is and the difference between moisture and hydration. I'm going to leave all of those videos, watch those videos, and then let's go ahead and start this 30-day challenge where you're not adding any grease, any oils, nothing to the scalp. And let's see after this 30-day period if you're still tender-headed. Let's see. So make sure you go ahead and join my free group, because later on tonight, and today is the 20th of September. Okay, so it's September 20th, 2025. So by the 21st, what I want you to do is go ahead and go into my free group, and there's going to be a full little PDF for you to download on this 30-day detox, right? That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to call it. This is our 30-day oil detox. Let's see if you're still tender-headed. Now, again, remember, there are some people, I already told you, if you fit into the category where it's your medication, or you are just a person who has more sensitive nerve endings in the scalp, again, this will not apply to you, right? With the medication, stuff like that. But just try it. Even if you are on medications, try it. See what happens. These are the things that I want you to think about. Stop using oils, greases, and butters on your scalp, and then start introducing a clarifying shampoo. And let's see what happens for 30 days. Y'all been trying everything else. You've been trying out every other hack that's costing you to spend more money, as many products as you have in your house. I'm pretty sure you have at least one clarifying shampoo. And if you don't, I'll leave one here. So check the lower left hand corner, and I'll add a couple of my suggested clarifiers and scalp scrubs to the video. But these are the things that I really want you to think about. And again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you ways that your mind can start moving in different ways. Because think about it. Why, if oiling and greasing and buttering, and if hairstyling and all of those things, if those were the things that work, then why is it that all of the women that I service didn't do any of those things and still had beautiful, healthy hair? If you need oil and grease and butter to add shine to your hair, then can you explain to me why her hair looks like this and there's nothing in her hair? Shampoo that was rinsed out with water, conditioner that was rinsed out with cold water to close her cuticle, leave-in conditioner, and heat protectant as I'm going in. That is the only thing on this woman's hair right now. So if oil and grease were the things that you needed to give your hair this type of shine, why does she have it? And why is it going to be there until the next time she comes to see me? By the next time by the next time she sits in my chair, her hair won't be as shiny as it was. Why? That's because her hair shaft will be dirty. It would have different dirt and different things from the environment, all types of things that have stuck to her hair shaft. That's why it'll look dry. But this is hair that has nothing but shampoo, conditioner, leave-in conditioner, and heat protectant as I'm flat ironing. Why does her hair look like this if there's no oil there? If oil is what you need to bring shine to the hair, it's not. Oil is not a tool used in the hair salon especially when you flat iron the hair. If I was to use oil as I was flat ironing her hair, I would give her heat damage. It would be like frying chicken. Because oils, they have heating points, boiling points. So if she would have had heat on her hair and I would have added this flat iron, I would have gave her heat damage. The oil would have started cooking along the cortex. And that would have given her heat damage. It would have broken her bonds down. These are the things that we must put together. We don't have to argue about this. You just watched it. You just watched me shampoo her hair and rinse out the shampoo, rinse out the conditioner, spray leave-in conditioner on, you've watched it with your own eyes. You've seen it with your own eyes. You know I didn't put any oil on her hair. You know that the shine is coming from somewhere else. When you go buy bundles, this is how the bundles look and feel. Exactly how her hair felt this day. Just like this. There's no oil or grease or butter on them. It's something that is almost innate. It's something that is like an addiction. Shake it, because it's holding you back. There's nothing in it that's truly serving you. So now at this point, I'm going in and I am going to clean up her cut, right? Because that was just a dry chop at the very beginning, just to get the majority of the length off. Now I'm going in, evening everything up, putting in some long layers for her as they grow out. Well, no, that's not true. They weren't long layers I was putting layers in. These are not long layers. This was a while ago. Okay. I'm remembering with you. So as we put these layers in to give her some body and some volume, because I do remember that she showed me a picture, like exactly how she wanted her hair to look, like how she wanted it to flow, even the curls in it and all of the things. So this day in particular, I'm just giving her the cut that resembles the picture that she showed me, right? And I remember when I first uploaded these videos, when I did the video of her hair, everybody was like, no, don't cut it. Oh my God, don't cut it. Oh my God, no. Because Black women are really, really, really hell bent on length. Why? Because in your mind, whether you want to admit this or not, in your mind, subconsciously, you think that you're not worthy of long hair. You think that it's not possible for you. You really believe the things that they said. Like I hear people say stuff like, oh, God cursed Black women with short hair, all of the things. You really internally believe that, because if you did it, you wouldn't fellowship with it as hard as you do. You need to let that go completely, because it is not true. The reason that Black women cannot retain length is because of all of the things that they will not let go. That is why my channel is full of what not to do, because it is all of the things that you're doing that is causing your hair not to grow. The things that you do to your hair that you look at as protective styles are actually the thing that is causing your hair growth cycle to slow down. As a Black woman, your hair growth cycles seem to be slower than everybody else's because you stress the follicle more than everybody else's. So instead of your hair follicles living within the anagen phase for those 7 years that it needs to live in, yours is in and out of the anagen phase every 6 to 9 months. Or some of you can never get a year. Like your year after year after year, your hair is the same length. Why? Because it never gets out. It never stays in the anagen phase through the full 7 years. You pull it in and out of Telogen. Every time you get braids so tight that you have to take a Tylenol, you take your hair growth cycle from the anagen phase to the Telogen phase. Guaranteed. You know, when you have braids and you see those little white bumps, that's the beginning stages of your hair follicle detaching itself from your blood supply. But you just go put more oil and more grease and more butter on it, which causes it to suffocate even more. These are the things that you have to think about. But most of us aren't. Most of us are skipping over this part, and we demonize all of the tools that can actually help us, like your combs, like your brushes, like your blow dryers, like a flat iron, like a curling iron, like flexi rods, like perm rods, like roller sets. You have so many different options. So many. just if we just talk about rollers, perm rods, and flexi rods by themselves, right? Just one perm rod has about 10 different variations in sizes. So those are 10 different styles or looks that you can have with just a flexi rod alone. Same thing for perm rods. A perm rod and a flexi rod is two different curls, it's two different looks, right? So you have 10 different styles with flexi rods. You got like another 10 with perm rods. And then the same thing with rollers. You have like another 10 sizes with rollers. So there are 30 different variations just now that we just went over. But you won't let go of twist outs, wash and goes, bantu knots, and braids. 4. Did I say wash and go? Maybe 5. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm asking you to think, right? We're past that stage. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. We're past that stage, right? I'm telling you to think, look, and think. There's still nothing in her hair. Still, right now, still. And I know you see like the shine in her hair the same way that I do. There's no oil there. So why are you so hell-bent on constantly using oil? Why? It's not something that you need to do. And if you're new to my channel and you're like, oh, she's so aggressive, it's because the things that people argue about in theory were the beginning parts of my practice for over a decade. And I was very good at what I did. So now in 2025, I have taken all of the things that I did behind the chair, all of the patterns and routines that my clients like her with healthy, beautiful hair, all of the things that they did has been bottled up in courses, in ebooks, and in herbs within the Apothecary, all of the things. So make sure you look at the playlist that I have in the description box below so you can really get a good look at what my channel has to offer. If you are coming from tutorial based channels and things of that nature, you'll be thrown off your rocker because I'm nothing like them. Nothing. Right? Here you'll have to do the work, and the woman that you saw at the beginning of the video is proof that when you do the work you get the results that you desire. But I don't do shortcuts, right? Shortcuts are for people who need instant gratification, and I don't serve women who need instant gratification. Not that there's anything wrong with you. If you need instant gratification, that's okay. I'm just not the person that can give that to you. But if you are somebody who is ready to start transforming your body from the inside out, if you're ready to give yourself long lasting results that you will never need me again for once you make the transition yourself, then let's do it. Right? Get some cookies. Start binge watching my channel today. And if you need even more after you get done binge watching my channel, then make sure you head over, join one of my courses, download a few ebooks, get you some herbs from the Apothecary if you need to start cleansing and reworking the body from the inside out. But things are really simple, right? If we allow them to be. So let me know in the comments below what you think about her hair. This was years and years ago, and Raven's hair has already grown back. We actually didn't cut a whole lot off. It looked like it, but we actually did not cut a whole lot off. And she loved her hair. She did not regret it in any way, shape, or form. And her curls bounce right back every time. As you guys saw, right before I blow dry her hair, she has no heat damage. And I've been doing Kendra and Raven's hair. I had been doing Kendra and Raven's hair for years on years on years on years. So yeah, make sure you let me know in the comments what you think about this video, and let me know in the comments if you're down for the no oil 30-day challenge. So if you're ready for it, let me know by saying 30-day in the comments. So just drop it in the comments, 30-day, I'm ready for the 30-day. And we're going to do it. Again, join my free group, link in the description box below, and get ready to jump into your 30-day challenge. All right. She looks so beautiful. Bye.